The top 5 over-the-counter tax deed locations for some land as cheap as dirt that could be worth thousands of dollars. This is the new top 5 as of today. We're going to show you where the heck these properties are. There are thousands of pieces of property just sitting in county inventory right now that you could go and buy, flip it for thousands of dollars. And what's fun about flipping land is it's very easy. You don't need to worry about a house that's burnt down or structural damage or anything like that. You can bid online, you can go, you can send people to look at it for you. Land can be a great hands-off way to make some money in tax liens and deeds if you want to get into it. So that's what we're going to do. We got 5 locations of land, and we're going to dive into it here today. So it's Dustin Hahn. This channel is dedicating to helping you make some money with tax liens and deeds. We just hit 100,000 subscribers with over 3,600 videos. Our goal is to make tax lien and deed investing accessible to everybody out there to get started. And we always give away a totally free book in the description below to help you get started as our gift and saying thanks for tuning in. Today, the ultimate treasure hunt. I'm a little out of breath because Josh and I always hit push-ups before these. So we're going to dive in and get to it. So we're going to bring in the mystery man himself. Josh, how you doing?
Hello, the mystery man
You may
indeed.
see him at an auction. You may see him on the road. He's always out there. So let's just cut the fluff. Let's just go right to some of our favorite spots. We got 5 ready for you here, and we're gonna share the screen. And everybody watching, take action, because when we show these things, people go and scoop them up as we show them. So let's party.
All right, nice. And you can see it right here. We do have the URL. So you can always go ahead, take a screenshot, go back there and get the URL. But what we've got first coming up is Volusia County in Florida. And so they have a lands available for taxes website. And on this, these are county held and they're available first come, first serve, which is pretty cool. And so when I scroll down below, you see they've got a highlight there. There's a link, list of lands available for taxes. Quick disclaimer, same as always, everything is as is. And here's the list of land that is available for the back taxes. And so one of the things I like about this one is that they do have auctions that are happening monthly. And so you can see that they had some property added July 22nd, 2025, the 15th, 14th, April 1st. So this list will continue to get updated and it'll continue to change over time. Whereas other lists, maybe that gets updated once a year. It could be out of date, things like that. But this one, it's going to keep changing. There's the date of the original sale and then date available for purchase by public. So this one you can't even actually get yet. You have to wait until the 24th of 2025. But the rest of these pretty much are already available over the counter, county held. And so, yeah, it's definitely worth coming back and checking this and seeing. And so, a lot of these online auctions in Florida are on realauction.com. But when you find something or you find a list that is not on realauction.com, that's going to have less competition. You may be able to find something better, which is ideal. I did look at the first few ones here, and they're land now, but there was a house on them before. And so some of these, like for instance, this parcel is probably worth about 50 grand, this first one right here, but there was a house on it that was demolished. And so that's why you've got an opening bid of 79,000. So watch out for ones like that where there was a house on them, because when you're getting taxed, as a house, an improvement versus a piece of land, the opening bid is going to be much higher, or the back taxes are going to be much higher. It looks like the rest of these are just pieces of land that you can pick up for pretty cheap, 1,800 bucks. There's a lot here under $2,000, going back to November 5th, 2024, 1280. And so same thing as always, you're going to want to take that parcel ID number right here, go ahead, throw that into the county appraiser, so Volusia County Appraiser or the tax collector website, or throw it on Regrid, which you can always do for free, regrid.com. You can go ahead, sign up for an account. They're going to give you like 25 properties that you can look at for free. each day under the Regrid app there, which is great. And it will start to cycle over every day. So you can go ahead, take that parcel number. So yeah, this one, there was a house on it, but it was demolished. Take that parcel number, you can throw it in and get a good look, see where the parcel is, see if it's landlocked or if it's accessible. You can see if it's next to a property or not. But yeah, back in the day, there was a house here, 331 South Palmetto Ave. But yeah, demolished the house. And so the back taxes are pretty high. I wonder though, this has been sitting there for a couple of years. You could always go ahead and you could try to negotiate with them. You could call, you could make an offer. Because if it is worth 50 grand, if it's just been sitting there for years, you never know what they're going to do or what they're willing to let go. But yeah, a lot of these super low bids, but always just be careful. Check and see what the location is. Is it in a flood zone? Look out for all of the unknowns. And so if it doesn't come up here, it's possibly not platted, meaning there's actually no lines. So you could check the appraiser's office for that. Because if you look in the appraiser's office and there's no lines, there's no parcel, there's really nothing there, just a bit of a legal description, you'd want to leave that alone. Let's grab another one here real quick. But it's just treasure hunting. Here we go. So we got an address. What do we got? So this one is a little bit smaller. It is between two other vacant parcels. So I think this is, yeah, $2,710. But it's just as likely, you search another one and it could be between two houses. For instance, it looks like there's a house here and a house here. So if you were to find one like that in between two properties, for $2,000, that could be a great buy. But remember, this list is going to keep getting updated, each month as new stuff does not sell. And so you can keep coming back, check it, review it, go ahead, take those parcel numbers, throw them in. But this is a great spot to be able to find pieces of land for $2,000, $3,000. That could be worth 10, 20, 30. And then, of course, the occasional slam dunk home run deal. But you got to be staying on top of that. So that is the first one, Fallujah in Florida.
Location number 1. So for everybody here, this is the game. This is like a treasure hunting expedition, except the cool thing is with these pieces of land, you will find amazing deals. And like Josh said last time, we want the information to be hard to find because we have this saying, it's like easy to find information equals a waste of time, money, and resources. And when you think about anything easy, where's the easiest spot to go and find real estate? You can go to Zillow right now. How often are there deals on Zillow? Zillow's generally scraps. And we talk to a lot of people who want to be investors and they're like, oh, how do you find your deals? Like, oh, I go on Zillow or I talk to a realtor. And here's a bit of a shocking harsh reality is that by the time a property ends up in Zillow, like it's literally going out to the chumps for the most part. And the reason is because anytime a realtor gets a good deal, they go ahead and they have their list of cash buyers who move quick. So by the time anything makes it to Zillow, all the smart investors have passed on it. And it generally goes out to the chumps for the most part. And from here, what we're doing is we're showing you guys the roadmap and the skills to dive in and make this thing work. So for anybody tuning in, we just went over one location. And remember, these locations are changing almost every month. So that's why we always release new lists. So let's get the chat going here. I want to know who's here with us today. What's happening, Uncle Billy? Good to see you. Mary, good to see you here. Good afternoon. What's happening, guys? And we got the Scrap Hunter here. Very, very awesome. And what's happening, Jeremy in Texas? Good to see everybody here today. And always remember, below is the description to the Tax Lien Deeds, the directory guides, where all of this is totally free in the description. And let's see. Maine's got 2 house flips under your belt. Very
Nice.
awesome. Did you do those with Tax Liens Deeds? Let us know how you did that. And for anybody tuning in below, Melinda, good to see you here today. And guys, go ahead. What we want to do is if you're watching this on the replay, let's go ahead and we'll do basically a buy you a coffee challenge. So whoever posts the best question or comment or what you would like to do with the land, we'll go through and we'll basically buy you guys a Starbucks coffee, $10 gift card for joining the party and getting involved. So anybody who comments or gets in the mix, we'll go through and we'll just select somebody to take out to a digital coffee here to basically get things going. And we just want to hear from you. We want to see what's your plan if you buy a cheap property, cheap piece of land. What would you do? Would you put a billboard on it, sell it to the neighbor? What are some ideas? We want to hear about that here. And we'll get in the mix and get it going now to the second location. Let's hit the party.
All right. So we've got Wayne County in Pennsylvania. So that's right here. You've got a lot of good land opportunities in this pocket. So sometimes you can go ahead and you can buy the property immediately. So it's an over the counter and it's just sitting there. And then sometimes the over the counter properties, they do quarterly sales. And so that's what happens in Wayne County, Pennsylvania. So each county has their own repository list in PA in Pennsylvania, which is unsold tax deeds. And so they go first to a upset sale, then a judicial sale, and then a repository list or a repository sale. And so what I like about this one is that this is limited to competition that is within the room. And so we've seen a lot of people get insane deals at auctions like this, where you go to a repository sale auction and there's like 10 people in the room and they're just picking stuff up dirt cheap left and right. And so a lot of people actually want to keep these things hush hush. We didn't start talking about these on YouTube except until like a month ago, I'd say. So we've known about these ones for a few years, but finally talking about it on YouTube. And here's a really good opportunity for November 21st, 2025. So if you're in the area, you definitely want to go ahead, add this sale to your list. And it's pretty easy to kind of sort through these and have a good look. But you've got the sale price here on the right. This is what it's going to be listed for. And then you can click the control number and it is going to go ahead and give you a quick assessed value. So for this one, for instance, they've got a land assessed value of $6,200, an opening bid of $894. Here, 774, assessed value 12 grand. So these are some pretty juicy spreads. And so this is where you can get land for, a couple $100. So $800 on 11,000. And I know that there's some really, really wild ones in here. What else we got? We got $490 and assessed value 9,600. We can see that someone bought it in the past for about 7 grand. So $300 to get that. It is an auction though, but there's so much inventory here. It is in person. I think we've got 483 items.
Wow.
And so, yeah, these are all like really juicy spreads. You're gonna find a few in here that are probably, $800 valued at 20 grand, 25 grand, 40 grand. We've got, yeah, so some of these a little bit better than others. And then of course, this one's 0.36 acres. It also depends on what the market value is. And so the taxable value is not always the actual market value, how much people are willing to pay for it. And so you might find pieces of land that are in really good areas, that are in hot areas. And there's so much here. And so November 21st, it's going to take a while to sift through all of this. Yeah, $669 worth 4,000. So we've seen others where it's, yeah, $300 worth 10 grand. So, that's obviously got more upside. There's a lot here to go through though. Yeah, 11 grand, $780. Looks like it was sold before for 4,200. So I mean, turning $900 into 4 or 5 grand, that is pretty sweet. And I know that you'll be able to find some better ones too for sure. But this is another excellent opportunity coming up November 21st. You want to position yourself for this.
Nice. And this is a great scrappy way to get into real estate. And everybody here can be taking swings at this stuff because like this is property that is available right now. Like Josh had the phone number there. Call them up, get the details. If you know somebody, you can have boots on the ground. And what's fun about land is there's not a lot to screw up. Really, one of the big things you want to keep an eye out for is make sure it wasn't like an environmental hazard, some sort of waste site, like maybe it's a laundromat or a gas station or painting business or something like that could have like environmental stuff in the ground. Other than that, you're pretty much in good shape. Obviously, you want to do your due diligence. One thing that's important to keep an eye on when it comes to land is the grass cutting situation. Make sure the county hasn't been tagging on, county liens of grass cutting. The cool thing with these deals is they're mortgage free, they're super cheap, but it'd be a shame to buy something for $1,000 that has $10,000 in grass cutting liens that come with it. So we've seen those liens as much as $50,000 before. So that's really one of the things you need to steer clear of. And remember, in the book, we have the title process and steps to go through step by step. So that is for free below. This is what we follow when we go to these sales. So basically all you need to do is watch this video, crack open the book and follow along. We give away the digital copy below, and we reference this 30 billion times because this is what we do whenever we do this. We go through the same checklist. It's the same way a pilot goes through their pre-flight checklist every single time. This is what we do. We look at our pre-flight, it's a tongue twister, pre-flight checklist. And that's in here, I say we're in Delaware. We want to see what's going on, 15%, number of counties. And we call them up and then we refer to the checklist, which is why everybody should get that in the description below. If you don't already have it, that's why we give it away. We used to sell it. Now we give it away. So once again, for anybody joining, let us know who's here. Stream's starting to fill up, which is awesome. Let us know your name and the city you're tuning in from. We got Jeremy in Texas. Texas is one of our favorite spots. And the reason it's important to tell us where you're tuning in from is that way we can kind of tailor the stream as we go. Often somebody will say, oh, it's Steve from Michigan, and then we'll maybe dive into Michigan. From there, let us know any questions you have in the comments. We will get to any questions, and we're basically doing buy you a digital coffee challenge for anybody who posts good questions or comments or what you would do with vacant land. Put it in the live chat or in the comment below, and then we will select somebody and shoot you a message for a digital $10 Starbucks for taking action in this game and getting the community engaged. So we're excited to do that. So yeah, we got Alabama in the house. Good to see you here. And let's move on to secret location number 3.
All right, we've got Shelby County in Tennessee. And so these are properties that were previously not sold at the tax sale. And so there is a redemption period in Tennessee, about a year. So this is all property that has passed the redemption period and is now being transferred to the Shelby County Land Bank. And so some land banks are going to be easy to work with. Other land banks will not be easy to work with. And so you always just want to go ahead and read the rules and see what's going on there. Occasionally, land banks are going to require that you have the capital to fix up a property or things like that. For pieces of land, though, you could just buy them and sell them, which is pretty cool. And so here we go. So I mean, you got something here for $900. You got $5,000, $3,000. This is going to load some more. Now 147,000. Not sure like how big this is. Could be good. Could be worth $1 million. Not too sure. We got other stuff for 15 grand. We've got other stuff.
There's some pricey ones on there. Hey, let's this 1165. That house looked kind of cute.
Oh, 1165. Oh,
Yeah,
Breedlove.
$22,000.
Let's check that out real quick.
The border upper.
Okay.
But could be something to work with.
Let's go ahead. Let's throw it up on to. Oh yeah, it's in Memphis, Tennessee. Let's get the old prop wire out here, which is another free resource. You can use this for comps. 165 Breedlove. So yeah, vacant, absentee, 54. But what is property selling for in the area? And let's go ahead and kind of look at relevant stuff, which is, let's go built in the same decade, and square footage. Let's go like plus or minus 20%. So we do have a couple that are hitting higher, but yeah, for the most part, it's a pretty low values. We got one that sold for 123, but a lot of other stuff, 15, 36, 79, 10, 62, 56. So yeah, it really depends on the area for sure, but there will be gold in here for sure. 900 bucks. 900 bucks for this one. What's the deal here? And you can also see the original asking price and current asking price. So in some cases, you know that you may find they actually go, what? Size in acres? 1.5?
1.5 acres.
Huh? That's quite
Interesting.
big. For 900 bucks? Okay, let's go ahead. Let's take that see if we can get that parcel ID into Regrid. They gave us two there. Let's go ahead, grab the other one. And if not, we can throw in the address there. Wow. Yeah, that's a big lot.
Wow, that's really
My,
good.
oh my. Did someone say $990?
Let's go back. Can we see that one again? Huh.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. And it's right in between,
Yeah, 900 bucks.
like on the regrid there. It looks like it's out in between these two big properties. Like these are beautiful properties on each side. That's
Yeah,
that's what we're here to find, folks. Let's see what it's worth. Yeah, worth 110,000 bucks.
what this one?
Some
Yeah, 5287. $900 an
wild.
acre.
Let's see what the neighbor's worth here. 100 grand. Yeah, so something like this is a perfect example of something where you could make a few $1,000 on. Buy that thing for 900 bucks, and there is a chance you could even talk to the neighbors first and sell it to them for $5,000. Take $2,000 down and have a nice little monthly payment coming in. Um, it's all about being creative, and that's what we do here with this business. It's a lot of fun, and your entry point into the business just kind of depends on your budget. If you have, a couple $1,000, start with tax deeds over the counter. If you have $100,000, you can start with things that could make you 200, 300, 400, $500,000. What we're after is an arbitrage in real estate, and this is a great way to go about it.
Yeah, let's look just in the area. So we have three sales. We got 10 grand for 0.57 acres. We got 9.8 grand for 1.5. And we've got 34 grand for 0.28. And if we go back a little bit further too, we got 75. We got 6 grand for 0.3. So 11, 3.5 for point. Yeah. So, I mean, we're looking at least like 12, 15 grand. And this is 990 bucks. So that's pretty outrageous. That's a pretty good deal. 900 into 12, 13, 14, 15 is pretty sweet. So that's what you can do. And there's a lot here. It's not like there's a few. There's a lot here that you can go through. And the other thing that you want to pay attention to is track the redemption period and track the auctions. And so, for instance, if their auction is June, if it was June 2025, you would know that 1 year after that, June 2026, all of those fresh properties are going to be past the redemption period. Then they'll go to the county land bank, and then you
Wow.
can get the first right, to go ahead and get in there, because there's a lot that's here. And so it's very likely, it's very possible. I mean, as we just showed, that people, miss deals or they can find deals here. Here's a house for 5 grand. Mind you, yeah, it didn't look like the ARVs were fairly high, but $1,000, sorry, 990 bucks into 12 grand is an exceptional return, especially if you're starting out. If you're asking how much do I need to start out in tax deed investing, $1,000 can get you a 10x, 12x return. I mean, where else can you do that? You can do like
Man.
really high risk stuff, but this is much safer, you know?
Yeah, one of the things that we would do is basically take this whole list and get an AI to go through and basically sort it for us from biggest spreads, opening bid to market value. And these days with AI, it can really do a lot of that stuff for us, which saves us tons of time. I was looking today, like a very niche thing, like how much certain acreage is rented for in a certain area, and basically had AI go to town and get me, stuff that probably would have taken me hours to do. get me comps on what things we're renting for, furnished, unfurnished, and it worked really, really well. So yeah, if anybody's just tuning in, we're going through our top 5 over-the-counter deed locations here for this month. And remember, there are 3,300 counties, 1,500 tax deed counties. So this stuff is always in flux. So you always want to be tuning in because we'll do a lot of the work for you to find some of these. But some of the most profitable deals can come from going and doing the research yourself. And with the 1,500 deed counties that are in here, think of these all as fishing holes, right? Every single one of these is your own fishing. Now, some of these places might have tons of fish, but also tons of boats fishing on there. Others might be a smaller county, like maybe in Minnesota, this Becker County could be a smaller county with maybe a handful of fish, but no boats on the water. So that's an analogy I think about. So always get the directory. And if I guarantee if you sit down every day and just take the time to call 5 counties a day, it'll take you less than 15 minutes. You will find your own fishing hole that has great deals. And so this is below in the description. We've put all 1,500 there for you. And it really is that simple to get started. The biggest problem is it does take a little bit of elbow grease. There's a dichotomy these days to where, the irony is we're watching this online, you're learning online, but the challenge is it's full of distractions, right? You're watching this on YouTube. There's tons of other videos. The attention of the modern human is like less than that of a mouse these days. So the future belongs to those who can focus uninterrupted. And I'll share with you what works super well is, and it costs a whopping 50 cents, is I have one of these memo pads. And I also do accountability with Corey and Josh. But my latest iteration is there's a really good book called Plan Tomorrow Today. And it's very simple. The secret of the book is to plan the following day, the day before, so you know what to do. Pick a couple key tasks and write it down. So this is what I do most days. I was actually just telling Josh how I hurt my back yesterday or the day before and haven't done it in the last 2 days. But what I do is I'll write down what I need to get done by certain times, and I'll throw my backpack over the fence and pick something, large. It could be, call 20 counties or set up the AI to analyze 30 deals and show proof. Another one is going to be like be in the gym by 2:30. Stretch. So I show this to my fiance. She does the same thing. And because we both work from home, she knows. So there's like a looming deadline. And if I don't do it, I keep this disgusting onion on my desk. And if I fail, I have to take a bite out of this. And I really don't like onions. And another part of the penalty is every night around 8 o'clock, we'll watch a show for an hour. And it's a nice way to unwind. Right now we're watching Succession. It's a crazy show. Josh, have you seen Succession?
I have not.
It is a wild ride. So anyways, if I fail, I don't get to watch a show for a week. And it's a great motivation because there's accountability and proof and time and deadlines. So that's what I'd recommend for you guys. Just get a piece of paper and write down a time, come up with a consequence, and show it to whoever's in your house. Be like, hey, if I don't call 10 counties by tomorrow and tell you what's going on, this is the negative thing I have to do. Whether sacrifice, go for a run around the block or, take a bite of an onion or something you don't like, and you will get things done. So that's a big secret. So give us a thumbs up if you guys are down to take some action. Let us know what your action is going to be here in the comments. For those of you just joining us, go ahead, let us know your name, your state you're tuning in from, and ask a question. We will get to all questions. If you're watching the replay in the comments, we're doing a buy a digital coffee Starbucks gift card for best question or comment to engage the community and get everybody fired up here. So now let's move on to secret location number 4.
Okay. I was just curious too. That $990 parcel, that it's sold for 17 grand in 2020.
Wow.
Pretty wild. Pretty wild.
Mm.
Hope someone gets it. Okay. Moving on though. So Arizona is a tax lien state. If we go to the vault.taxlienschool.com, we've got the nice interactive map here. So Arizona is green, which is a tax lien state, but once a tax lien is unsold for so many years, eventually the county will just take deed to the tax lien, or the parcel. They'll take deed to the parcel. It'll become county held, and they will sell it. So that's pretty cool that you can find tax deeds in a tax lien state. And so finding anomalies like that is kind of a ninja move that you could do all across the states here, because sometimes you're going to find that okay, this is a tax deed state, but they actually do some tax liens as well. So looking for things like that. Now we've cherry picked two where they are willing to take less than the back taxes. And so not every county in Arizona that has over-the-counter tax deeds is willing to take them at a loss. And so some of them, you just simply get it for the back taxes. But we're going to end here with two that are willing to accept offers. So
Actually,
the
Josh,
first, yeah,
could you go back to that screen for 1 second, please? And for everybody watching this, just take a screenshot of this, because this is the map of all of the tax deed states, all of the tax lien states, the hybrids, and the redeemable deeds. And you can have this on your phone to make decisions as far as where you want to go or what state you are in.
nice, nice. All right, so we've got Maricopa County here. And so this is one of the biggest counties in Arizona, and they have a unsold previously offered parcel list. And so the great thing is that they do accept offers. And so you can make them an offer, and it looks like this process takes about 2 weeks from board approval. So a little bit of a process there, but very cool that you can go ahead and you can see everything that they got and the total amount that's due. And then you can go ahead and make an offer. And so this is a great spot to go ahead and find over-the-counter tax deeds. And it's the same thing like when we talked about Florida earlier. This list is going to continue to grow, and they're going to add new properties to it. And so you can see that the year that they foreclosed on these ones is 2021. And so, as we scroll down, we're going to be seeing most likely some newer ones. So we've got 2024 in here, which would be, I think that's the freshest. And so once they update this list for 2025, and a way to stay on top of that would use the county directory that we have, go ahead and call them and ask them when this list is going to be updated, because that's how you can get the first offer in on a property. But so a lot of these, let's say this one is $60,000. They foreclosed on it in 2022. So I'm not sure what it is, but we could go ahead. We can take this. I'm going to throw it into regrid parcel number. So here it is, held by the state of Arizona. My, oh my, oh my.
Whoa,
That's something big to chew on.
that is big. What was the price again?
So it's 5 acres, and they're looking to get $60,000 for it.
Okay.
But the thing is that the actual balance of the taxes is 25 grand. And so for them, because the interest and the fees and penalties, on top of that, you got to pay those to foreclose on it, right? So there's actually $34,000 in interest and penalties. And so for them, it's been 3 years, right? And so you can always go ahead and you could make an offer. You could say, okay, I'll give you the 25 grand. I mean, that's pretty reasonable. If it's, it's just been sitting there for years, you could offer them 25 grand and see what they say. There's no harm in making offers. You could just go through the process that's outlined right here, make an offer, and you never know. Maybe they are looking to get that money back, because this is money. This is the tax amount that is owed to them. And so this is the interest that's never been collected. And so if they at least get the 25 grand back, at least they're not in the negative in that sense. And so truly they're owed 60 grand, but you could absolutely make a reasonable offer of 25 grand and see about getting, 5
Yeah,
acres here.
that is a good sized property.
Yeah, 5 acres. Pretty wild. And so a lot of people, they won't do that. They won't take the time to learn the process to make an offer, or attempt or bother. And so you never know what they're going to do. Same thing right here, 47 grand, 50 grand in interest and penalties. This one they foreclosed on in 2022, and the total amount due is 98,000. But remember, they are willing to look at offers. And so it's very reasonable to offer them 47 grand, instead of 98, because it is just sitting there. I mean, what are they going to do with it, right? They're not going to do anything. Now, this one is not good.
This is
It's
the
just,
road.
Yeah.
You could buy the road, put up a toll booth, $100, $100 a car. Come on in. Sorry, you're gonna have to go access your house through the gravel road.
Yeah, if there was no you could interesting. If there was no easement, yeah, on the deed, then that would absolutely be in your right,
That'd be
which is
pretty
wild.
funny.
But it does say improvement value $127,000. So I don't I don't really see it here. I don't know what they would be referencing for 127 grand, but interesting, right? You never know what you're going to find here. And then of course, you got stuff that is dirt cheap. So there are good deals here, but probably the newest stuff is going to be the best. And the oldest stuff, let's see, what do we have here? I think 2021 is the oldest stuff. And so they're going to be more motivated, to take a discount on that because it's just been sitting, for 4 or 5 years. And then the taxes were not paid 3 years before that, right? So they haven't collected money on these for a long time. They've just been sitting vacant, and it's in their best interest to get these back on the tax roll, have someone do something with them. So you can always go ahead and you can even make lowball offers, which you're not sure how that's going to pan out, but you could always go ahead and have a chat with them too and see what's going on. Let's look at one more of these because these have been pretty interesting. This is 2021, $96,000 in interest, which is
Wow.
that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money in interest. Okay. Wow. Looks like you got a church there. Something else, something else, something else. I mean, billboards, you never know. You never know. This has got a value of $594,000. So it takes some creative thinking, but again, same thing. They won $163,000. Technically, the amount that is due to them for taxes is 66,000. It's been sitting since 2021. You never know what kind of offer they are going to accept, but you can write an offer to them, and they're going to take it to the board. So pretty cool. Not every county in Arizona does that, and it's the same thing over here in La Paz County. They will also accept offers on tax deeded properties after a bid sale. So you got to go ahead and complete the parcel form. Same thing. Here is 2025 compiled tax deeded properties for sale. And this one, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to go ahead, take that parcel number, have a look and see what that is on Regrid, see if there's something interesting. You may find stuff right now that is good for the actual amount that's due, but remember, you can always go ahead and offer less. It's not going to hurt you at all. And it looks like newly added from the auction held on January 14th, 2025. So most likely then there's going to be new ones that are going to be added January 2026 coming up here. So it's just about staying on top of all of these timetables so that you can get the first offers out there and beat everybody else to the competition. But yeah, there could be gold already in here. And remember, they will have to look at an offer. There is the parcel offer form. Go ahead, download that if this is something that you're interested in. But this is going to be some of the best ways to get dirt cheap pieces of land. And again, there's a lot of people who won't go through the work of making an offer. And so you never know if you don't try. We've seen people make $250 offers before, and the county has accepted it. And sometimes it doesn't always happen quickly. Sometimes you do need to stay on top of them, continue, follow up, follow up, follow up. But we have seen it before. And remember, it's in their best interest to get this back on the tax roll. It's not doing them any good sitting there right now. So they are incentivized to move these things.
Beauty. That was number 4. And this is also another great task to get the help to use AI to go through, analyze it, prioritize it, and even get the AI to make offers to the county. You can say, hey, make me, offers on everything for just the tax plus, $100. And this is how you win in this game. You take these actions, and we're in such a beautiful time now where AI can really automate and give you a huge advantage. When I look back to even when Josh and I started going to sales, the amount of work that you had to do was exponential. Like this thing has become, multiples easier with the help of AI. So for anybody joining us, we're going through the top 5 over-the-counter tax deed locations here that have recently come up. So if you guys are liking this, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up. And if you want help or you want a custom AI, you can schedule a call below. We can help you find properties, help you analyze them, and show you what to avoid and help you get a deal within 30 days. And to be transparent, what's our agenda is we give everything away online. We give away the books, 3,600 videos. And from there, there's a couple different camps folks are in. There's some folks who just buy a cookbook, make beautiful recipes. Others want help with implementation. So to be transparent, like this is a business for us as well. The same way you like to make money, we also like to make money. And our goal and agenda is to provide the most free information to the tax lien and deed community to help everybody. And we feel we do that with our 3,600 videos here. Our Tax Lien School has the most free resources to help you get going. And then from there, if you want help with implementation, we have a business that does that. And we do that if you want to join us on a live auction trip, if you want some one-on-one help to just show you where to go, or if you want an AI built for you to help save you time, we help with the implementation. So there's a link below to schedule a call if that's something you're interested in. If you're not, all good. We really pride ourselves on being the best, and that's the name of the game. So let's move on to the 5th and final one of the show here today and see what we got.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. We are going to bring up Mississippi, the tax forfeited lands in Mississippi. I'm going to go ahead, bring that down right here. And voila, there we go. All right, so I will say one of the things about Mississippi is that there are some rules that you'll have to overcome. An example is people that are outside of the state, there may be limitations to you on that, on buying and how much you can buy or things like that, or the amounts. But the thing is when they place a limitation like that, there are solutions. One could be opening up an LLC in the state, for instance. And so there are some states, there are some counties that do have rules. I think Missouri is another one where you have to like have a representative who has a business, or you have to have a in-state representative to be able to bid, if you are out of state. Things like that, that's actually great because it's a little bit of barrier to entry. And so there's a lot of people who won't overcome that. Same thing with this tax forfeited lands in Mississippi, but there are some really good deals. And so you can go ahead and you can click tax forfeited lands, and you've got inventory. Let's just go look at the inventory there. So it's very simple. You've got counties, different counties here. You can go ahead, you can click it, and then you can go ahead and click search. And so you've got the market value and what they're willing to accept on the property. You can show details. So last reported market value, $6,000, taxes and fees owed $478.90. And so you're going to find some smoking deals in here, but a little bit more barrier to entry, but you can overcome that, which is great. And so we would want to go ahead, grab that parcel number, throw it into Regrid, or use AI, and the AI can go ahead as well and do that. But a lot of times you're going to be able to get stuff like 25% of market value or less. And so, 25 cents on the dollar is exceptional. I'm not too familiar with a lot of these counties. I did pick DeSoto because I've lived there before, actually, when I went to school in Memphis. Let's find a couple more. Let's find something that's got, yeah, okay, so 26,000. Taxes and fees owed 1,700. So something like that, you should be able to get at a pretty good discount. Let's see. Go ahead, take that parcel number, throw it into Regrid, see what we're looking at here. 4629 Wedge Hill. Oh, you know what? So this is kind of what you're looking for when you're looking for pieces of land that are county held and over the counter. So this is next to a property, and let's see what this house is worth. This house does have another house right next to it. And if you got this, for 25 cents on the dollar, you may be able to go ahead and sell it to the owner there and do seller financing, which is a great way to increase your profit. Okay, yeah. So I mean, if the house is, if we're north of 400 grand and you're able to get this whole lot here next door for a few $1,000s, this is looking like something that would be worth the time, that could be profitable. You could go ahead and you could finance it to them, for $500 a month for 2 years, or $750 a month, or they could do some cash down, or they could just outright buy it from you. But yeah, so not everybody knows about this tax forfeited inventory website. And sometimes it can be challenging to deal with the county, but that's where you just got to go ahead, be very thorough with the rules, know what you can and can't do, and then just stay on top of them. And just a quick tip: a lot of times, investors or people in this space, they may only resort to phone calls. And so, if you call the county and they say, okay, yeah, yeah, we're working on it, but that's what they said 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago. Writing letters, certified mail, keeping track of everything, getting stuff in writing is how you can really move things along and push things forward, escalate to someone higher up the chain of command, and actually get things moving quickly. Because sometimes, yeah, they will just drag their feet if the most that you're doing is calling them to check up. They just say, yeah, yeah, we're working on it. Hang up. They say, we'll do this in 2 weeks. And so that's where you've got to be able to be a bit more persuasive. And that's where the certified mail and writing out letters, escalating things can actually get things done quicker, and then get a good deal in your hands so that you can make some profit. But yeah, that is number 5, and that's a great example. The one that we saw today, couple $1,000, piece of land next to a house, about 450 grand, could be a really good deal. Looks like a really good deal. Um, Looks fantastic to me. Yeah, so I think we found a couple really good deals today with county held stuff that could be very valuable.
Beauty. So just a little expose here on what we've identified today as a top 5 over-the-counter tax deed location. The good news is there are thousands of counties right now that have these properties. So everybody's homework, if you don't have it, grab it already, and you could even just blindfold, open it up. You could call Jasper County and find out what they have. But more strategically, you can go ahead and basically start here and call 5 counties a day and just ask for the list. It's super simple to do. We have the script and checklist all in the book in the description below. And then we walk you through it step by step here. So anytime we take action or go to auctions, this is our guide, our Bible to go through this step by step. So that's in the description below. Everybody make sure to grab that. If you want some one-on-one help, you can schedule a free call and we can see about bringing you to an auction. And then from there, our goal, like I mentioned, is to have the most information hands down on tax lien and deed investing in the game. So that's why we took the time. This thing took a ton of time to create what we believe to be the most valuable free resource in tax lien and deed investing. So I'm going to show you guys right here, and Josh already had it up, but if you come over here, if you go to taxlienschool.com, you'll see, if you want to learn obviously more about what we do, it's here too. But if you click on the knowledge vault, you'll pop over here, and there is a army of people who go every day. They put their blood, sweat, and tears into making this the most valuable free resource on tax lien and deed investing. We have here, you can click on any state and get the
I don't think it's
details.
up right now.
What's that, Josh?
I don't see it up. I don't see your screen up on the. Do you see it up?
Weird. Oh, I think I lost it. Oh, what if we remove?
I think it was adding mine, which was just on the same.
Oh, strange. We lost the. Oh, am I here now?
I think so. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think mine was taking priority.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So if you come to Tax Lien School, you can click on the knowledge vault. And then from here, like I say, this is the most powerful free resource you can use. We have auction calendars that tell you all sorts of auctions coming up. You just have to click on it. Everybody can generally see a week. For example, you'd click on this one for Pennsylvania. It's going to take you to the page that has the auction and give you all of the details to get started here. And we have all of the tax lien and deed states that are laid out. If you click on those, take a screenshot of this so you can see what's going on. We have all of the deeds, tax liens, tax deeds. We have auction calendar. we really try to go and have everything here for you to go and basically learn. It's like a free education on tax liens and deeds. So you can come to Tax Lien School, click on the Knowledge Vault, and you will be in good shape. Let's come over here right now and let's answer some questions. By the way, if you guys are liking this, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up. We would love to see that from you if you like what we're doing. Let's see here. We've got a comment from Main Houses here. Here we go. Buying property is easy. Relisting to sale is the struggle. Finding an agent. So remember, one of the most important things here is when you buy a property, you have to have the exit plan in mind before you go into it, because the fastest way to sell a property is to get a good deal going into it. And really think about the different options when you buy something. So every now and then you might have to sit on something for a while for the right buyer. And if it's a piece of land, you can afford to sit on it for a little while if you want. But remember, the fastest way to sell is a good deal. And as you're getting into this, sometimes it'll just be clear as day. Like what was the one we bought, Josh? I think it was like the Thacker house in Arkansas.
Yeah,
Like
that's right.
we bought that thing for, was it 5-6 grand?
I think it was 20, 25, maybe sold for like 42, something like that.
25, did nothing to it, sold it for 42. Like it was plain as day when we went into it. So you'll have plenty of deals like that. Other times with these over the counters, you'll just have to ask the question. And once again, in this book, we have exit strategies to make sure you are buying right. And if you do want help, you can schedule a call and we can even help look at some of your properties as well to make sure you're doing the right thing. Let's see here, coming down through the list. Do they quiet title? So remember, when you're dealing with these cheap over-the-counter properties, a lot of the times you won't need to do a quiet title. It will come with a quiet title, and you might want to use tax title services, but generally you'll have a deed. And on these cheaper properties, we don't necessarily do the quiet title. We haven't had to do that too often, have we, Josh, on the cheap ones?
Yeah, not for cheap ones. There's just so little risk, for a cash buyer. And so if something is like 10 grand or less or 15 grand or less, you're going to be able to find a lot of times that you can just simply sell it as is. Because the quiet title action or using tax title services, that could be, 20 to 30% of the value of the property value or the land value. And so a lot of times you could just try to offload it first as is. And you may find a lot of people that are willing to do that because of the price point.
Nice, nice, nice. Let's see. Do you offer a membership for access to this? Well, we just showed you Tax Lien School. Mostly everything is free. If you want a full comprehensive auction calendar for a couple months, I think it's like 20 bucks a month or something like that. So you can go check that out if you want. Let's see here. Camilla is in Delaware, 4% additional charge. Yeah, and that's kind of common. Sometimes there might be an auction fee on top of things. I think, what is Philly, Josh? 10%?
They don't charge anything extra though. Nothing additional, just 10% down.
Mm,
But yeah, I guess there's some places, yeah, it could be like 4% additional. But that's probably a sheriff sale in Delaware, and so they could get a little extra charge there. But it's not the norm.
nice. Where's Hawaiian shirt guy? You know what? I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to take a picture of that right now so he can feel the guilt. So he can feel the guilt of not being here.
That's good.
So yeah, Hawaiian shirt guy, Corey, tall guy. He is on the east coast of Canada right now. East coast, Halifax, way out east, having some lobster. I think he will be back this weekend, Josh.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he'll be back soon. He will be back very, very soon. So it's been a good show, folks. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Now is the most important time to take action. To go ahead, take action. Check out some more of our videos if you like. But the most important thing I want to encourage everybody to do as your homework is just call 5 counties and ask them, when is the auction? How do I get the list of what's left over? This is below the simplest action you can take, because the worst thing is to just feel like you're doing something by watching videos. And that's really where a lot of people are these days is they're kind of like armchair intellectual warriors. You know, they know a lot about everything, but they don't have practical experience actually doing. And you meet a lot of these people, and a lot of times we talk to them and they know everything. They know about wholesaling, commercial real estate, crypto. They know about Amazon stores, but they haven't done anything. And we don't want that to be you. So that's why we encourage taking action. So everybody here who's watching right now, all of you guys on the live stream, everybody who's watching the replay, and you can even start right now by going in the comments and let us know where you're going to start. Let us know where you're going to go. Just one action that you're going to take, or it could be as simple as, hey, you know what? I'm going to spend $2 and get one of these little things and create an accountability plan. And I guarantee you, you will move forward, because, you know, if you've been watching YouTube, you haven't been moving forward. It's really hard to create the new habit, because if you want to be wealthy through real estate, the version of you that exists today doesn't work. You know, no offense. Because if it did, you probably wouldn't be here watching these videos. And it's the same thing. Like if we want to have 6-pack abs or giant biceps like Arnold, you know, that version of me who doesn't want to do, you know, 30 sets of bicep curls isn't going to get there. So it's up to you guys to take that action right here and right now. Perfect. So we got one here. Found the list, Oregon, call them, see what's going on. Yeah, definitely check out Oregon, guys. And remember, like we saw, Arizona is a tax lien state, but we found properties that are available right now. So there's plenty of stuff out there to take action with. So it's time to take action. Grab the book, thumbs up. If you want one-on-one help or an AI, you can schedule a free call. We appreciate everybody. We'll see you here. We're going to hop on tomorrow. So same bad time, same bad channel. See you guys tomorrow.
Later.